With our grind for a Red Deer Great One finally and officially over, we can move on to some of the things that we've kind of placed on the back burner for quite some time, and we're out here on Rancho Multiplayer today for one of those things. A rare rooster pheasant has been high on my list of things I want to get for pretty much the entire time that Rancho has been out, and all we've accomplished is every possible rare hen pheasant instead, so that is going to be the main target species today, and we'll see what we can find. Well, I guess if there is a positive here to this being a rather small rooster, it's that he's in fact not a rare, and that's not to say I'd be upset with a lower scoring rare rooster, but obviously with the way that we have our trophy lodge set up, kind of gold rares or better are what we tend to taxidermize, and at the very least, if we could find a rare rooster, it would be nice to have a chance with the estimate just to have that hope and adrenaline of maybe this is actually going to be something, you know, like that gold score or better. So a little 1 kg rooster common we will definitely take to get started with. By the way, still one of the only species that actually has a common fur type or plumage type still in the game. I don't think it's intended, but it is still there. And you know, another species that I really do want a gold rare of is the antelope jackrabbit. The melanistics and the albinos look so cool, and frankly, shooting anything class 1 with this 22H just still does not feel right. It seems way overpowered for them, but I thought it would be a cool addition to our loadout today. I actually brought the Mosin, something we haven't hunted with too much, and of course for the medium game, we just got the 308 AR, but we did drop our level 1 in there. Not exactly moving in the right direction in terms of high scoring animals, but 3.2 score. I think they can get smaller for the males, and not a Hall of Shame one, but we'll take it. In the meantime, I don't know for sure, male or female. That could have been another one that we did not spot, so we'll take that as well. I do like that about Rancho, the ability to just kind of go around with the shotgun and fairly consistently have something to actually take with a shotgun is at least a little more entertaining than some other maps. A little bit bigger than our male actually is a level 1 female, so maybe he actually was especially small. One of the cooler things I think that happened with the Rancho kind of redistribution is you end up running into a lot of whitetail while hunting other species now, and I just feel like it didn't really happen as much before. I think they're sort of spread out into their herds where they're feeding in a lot more areas, and especially when it comes to pheasants kind of running roads in areas like that, looking to either hit their tracks or see them out in the open where we can run after them and try to flush them. We see more stuff like this, and at 196 minimum estimate, that guy should have a decent shot at making gold. Plus, I just kind of wanted to highlight the sort of cool aspect of seeing whitetail while hunting other things. I don't know where somebody is pretty close with some gun, or a very loud gun maybe it is. So, a 197.5 does put this guy gold. In fact, he was guaranteed. 193.7 is gold. I always think it's 197 for them for some reason, but not too bad being 82 kg. Got a gobbler up here too. Not a bad size gobbler either. Unfortunately, he kind of took a path that was less than ideal for us. I can't believe we just hit that. I felt like we put too much lead on it because it was the 22H, but that definitely got him. If there were ever one level 2 turkey that I wish would make diamond, it probably is this one. He is a gold at 4.3, but I'm pretty proud of that shot. That was really having to push it to get that lead out in front of him at all. Speaking of species that I tend to forget the requirements for, I don't think 155 is diamond for bighorn. I'm pretty sure it's 164 or something in that area, but that look like the level 4 horns that have a chance for diamond. That is a thing that'll happen, and in fact we got one on Rancho at one point, but unless I'm misremembering again, I'm pretty sure that's just a gold. It'll be a nice gold, that's for sure. 135 for that guy though, so I guess it's maybe it's the angle we had. It's sort of a similar set of horns. They curl all the way around like that, but they're not nearly as massive. Not as big as I thought. Just for the sake of knowing for the future, it is 164 for diamonds, so not that he ever had a chance, but a nice sheep. You know, there's not a lot of species where males can have a minimum estimate of 0, but with this peccary, That is exactly the case, and I do believe the minimum score for them is the same as Wild Boar and Feral Pigs, which would be either 6 or 7. With a minimum of 0, he might make the Hall of Shame with that. At least he's not a common. He is 19.5, so probably not minimum, but way below the silver mark, so let's tax that for the Hall of Shame. This always happens, by the way. We come out here to Rancho for a pheasant hunt, and what, we're like 8 kills or so in, 7 or 8 kills, and we still only have 1 pheasant, so hopefully we can get back into them. Finally, we're on another rooster, and it's not a big one once again, but I mentioned the redistribution earlier with the whitetail, and I'm not sure, but it feels to me like the pheasants have kind of been moved around as well. Maybe it's just been bad luck the couple of times that I've gone out, but I definitely don't seem to encounter as many roosters as it felt like I used to. The red deer grind being over, it's only been a brief period of time, but it's already allowed me to kind of get out and do a couple other things rather than just grind for red deer when I've got the time to jump on Call of the Wild. And the last time that I went out and looked for pheasants, I may not have found a rare rooster, but I did find a pretty cool rare, I must say. This might get real interesting. Melanistic Disturbed Veg on a track I never thought I'd see. A max weight estimate Bobcat. So many times on Rancho, we've had tracks of potential cool things and lost them, and admittedly a lot of those were when the particle effect wasn't working for the tracks. So I'd say our odds are better. I'm not exactly sure what to make of him going straight up this kind of steep face, but I like that we're still seeing tracks. We're in multiplayer, so that is a little bit scary, obviously, but hopefully we can find him, and who knows what this could be. Man, he's a mythical. 25 to 27. I don't know that mythical bobcats can ever make diamond. 27 technically leaves a little bit of room. This is definitely not a shot that I want to risk messing up, but he's about to maybe give us an opportunity. That'll work. From the Mosin, I can't believe he just stopped like that and gave us a broadside shot. I was a little worried about taking it, but again, with the multiplayer aspect and the fact that we've lost so many potential trophies by not being able to track him, he, for all I know, could have turned right back around and started walking away, and with the Mosin, that extra power, we'll take that shot. It's, ironically enough, almost exactly 24 hours since we shot the great one, and now we're looking at probably something of similar rarity in a big melanistic bobcat. One thing I forgot to do with the great one was actually screenshot it on the ground, but this guy we got a 27 gold. That is unbelievable. There was no shot I was ever grinding for something like this. I really struggle to grind for anything that doesn't have antlers or horns, something where you can at least kind of appreciate the bigger ones, because, you know, this looks the same as a level 3 bobcat. It just has that level 8 tag, but the melanistic part, that obviously is what sets this one apart. We have 2 bobcats displayed in our lodge currently, which definitely is going to help things. It would have been a difficult decision as to what to remove otherwise, but that guy's going to take the place of whatever is the lower scoring diamond. So that's all it took. Less than 24 hours following the Great One grind, a little bit of free time to go and do something else in Call of the Wild, and fittingly, as the bobcat is warning calling over there, we found a mythical melanistic. I genuinely, there's a couple of rares I'd really love to get off of Rancho. Obviously the rare rooster pheasant. I'd love some kind of rare peccary, but the rare bobcats are one that I just never really felt that I would find unless we could just luck into one like that. And that was lucking into a really cool one. I've not placed it in the lodge yet, and frankly, I don't think I can wait any longer. I want to go and see what that looks like. It is also an opportunity to show the new lodge entrance here with both the Great Ones visible. I just think it's fitting. The Great One Whitetail's been in the entrance for forever, so nice to add the Great One Red Deer to the opposite side. But we'll go back to our bobcats here and take a look at that. Fallow mount, by the way, has made its way to this particular location. I don't know if that'll stay, but for now that's where it's going to be until we come up with something else to do. But we've got a 28.1 Bobcat here. This, I think, is our first diamond Bobcat, 28.9, if I'm not mistaken. It was max weight, so let's take this one out. I actually like the idea of having the Melanistic closer to the door. Maybe we'll visit the Hall of Shame on another day, but our Melanistic Bobcat, man, that looks so much better in the lodge than it did in the harvest screen. On the ground it looked good, but in the harvest screen it almost had like a brown undertone, if that makes sense. Let's go through the poses real quick and see if there's anything kind of better. Ooh, I like that stocking pose. Let's go back that way and kind of turn them right towards the door. That's pretty cool. Now, we do have, this might be the first time I'm really considering doing this. We have a piebald gold coyote. Actually, oddly enough, as we're talking about great ones and stuff, we shot it during the Whitetail great one grind, just stumbled into it over there on Layton. I wonder if we should do the pair of predators multi-mount with that, but I really like this one too. Maybe another rare coyote grind is in order. We do have a little more time to consider such things now, but we'll have to see. That Melanistic Bobcat is really, really cool, and as much as I like it by itself, it could look especially nice with a either coyote or something else for a multi-mount if another Bobcat multi-mount ever happens. But anyway, I think that is officially going to do it for this video, so thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.